Alright, we're going to go over this jetalum.com website. So we're looking over it. It's a really well done website. It's got a lot of pages. I mean, you can tell this was done, by some serious professionals. And I tested it on mobile. It looked really nice too. So if this person had called and said, what can you do for my website? I wouldn't want to do anything on the website. It's good. So I would look at some off-page factors, starting with going to semrush.com. Now, even if you don't have an account here, you can go there and make a free one or run some free tests. I have the pro account, so I can, run unlimited projects. But what I want to do is first we go to domain overview, put in the domain there. Okay. So we see, it's got some keywords ranking in Google. Here they are right here. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at the organic search traffic. Okay. So not much traffic, it's getting some keyword activity. This traffic cost is based on your keywords and their value in pay-per-click. So that's just a good estimate. Nothing set in stone. And one thing I noticed just off the top was this keywords. It's really flat, 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 flat. I mean, it popped up right here. So my first inclination was, okay, there must have been some powerful backlinks added somewhere in July or August. So I went over to majestic.com. This is where you can do really in-depth backlink research, anchor text, stuff like that. So plug in his site and I'll go to backlinks. And here I'll see first indexed backlinks, August 7th, July 17th, August 8th. So yeah, the reason he jumped up in keywords is some backlinks got added. And I'll take a look at those backlinks. Here they are right here. Whenever they have a little number right here, this is the trust flow of the domain that gave the backlink. So the higher this number, the more powerful the backlink. So we'll go to the different domains that sent a backlink to his site. So we got Yellow Pages. That's a pretty strong one. Nowadays, you can't really get these links like that. They do a no-follow link, which doesn't have as much power, but he might have had an old listing from the old version. A lot of those still have this high trust flow link, which is nice. And then down here, windowanddoor.com, 39. Anything over a 20, over 15 is going to be really good. So obviously this 39, window and door, totally related to his website and what it does. So right here, this is very powerful. ebuyingguide.net, also, 22, very powerful. So we look at those, we look at some anchor text. This is the text that's used. These are the words that are used in the actual link. So this is what the links look like coming in. Okay, so one thing, you just don't want them to be repeated. So this is good. They're not repeated. They're pretty general, which makes it look really natural, which is good. Even though, these links, because there's only a few, look pretty natural, but it also looks like someone who knew something might have done a few of these. So anchor text. Go over the summary. I always like to check out the trust flow of the domain. That's a really big factor in seeing how it's going to rank. So his trust flow of 5 and citation flow of 21, he really needs to get this trust flow higher, which could be accomplished by adding a few more backlinks from other high trust flow domains, which I can help with. And so if you put in your site here and you want to check it out, go to majestic.com, put in your site. You can test with the www or without the www. Oops. So we can test this one too. A lot of times it'll have a different trust flow that's totally normal. So try it both ways. And one thing to notice is, so this is the more powerful domain version. So if we go and open up a new window and we type jetalum.com, look at without the www, we go enter, and it automatically redirects to the one with the www. So that's pretty smart. So like I said, whoever put this website together definitely knew what they were doing. I've already looked at some of the other on-page factors. It's really well done. You know, a lot of the proper titles, keywords. I mean, just really well done site. But like I said, we're looking at the off page. So these few backlinks that were added, boom, boosted this up like this. So if this company were to ask me, hey, what can you do for me? You know, I'd kind of see what their budget is and stuff. And let's just say they had a $500 budget to put towards some work. Well, what I would do is I would add a few more strong backlinks. I'd want to get this trust flow up, and I'd be using domains that are related to the glass industry and window industry and door industry. I have a lot of connections for websites to get guest posts on. So just an example of, you know, let's say a $500 budget. You know, I'd recommend a couple powerful links, 2 to the home page and 3 to inner pages. You want to mix up your links a little bit. The anchor text is the text that will be used for the link, like we went over before. So for the home page, I like to use naked URL, which is just your website URL. And I'm also going to throw one good keyword on here, Windows Kansas City. And you might say, well, why do you want to use that one? Well, when we take a look, we go over some of your positions. So if you go to the organic research positions, you'll come down here, and you can rank these, you know, by top rated ones. So these are all his keywords that he's ranking for. Anything that's under a 13 is going to be page 1 of Google. Anything 1 to 3 is going to be, you know, local business listings on Google, which is not your website. So anything with a number of 10 is going to be first page. With number 13. So these two are first page for these keywords. Going down, these are a lot of page 2s. I mean, a lot of these, 110 volume, 70 volume, 90 volume, right here. These are just right on page 2. They're not getting any traffic. But if you were to throw some backlinks to them, rank them higher, if you can just move them up, you know, to 12th spot, 13th spot, 10th spot. So just move them up about 6 or 7 spots. Right there, you're going to move that to page 1 and make a huge difference. So these are the ones I would target right here. So that's why for the one anchor text, I did want to use one of these, you know, strong keywords like Windows Kansas City. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to repeat it. But since he doesn't have that one yet, I would go ahead and put that on there. Another thing is I'll look for, see, these are the URLs. So you have the home page, and then here are some of your inner pages that you want to rank. So let's go back to what I would recommend. So these are a couple inner pages that are probably, you know, they're up in his main menu. They're pretty important. So I'd pop a link over to here, here to here, and I'd have an article about storm windows, an article about window products, and an article about window replacement services. And these would be the anchor text. So this would be the actual text that when someone clicks, it'll link back to their site. So it'll help you rank for these types of keywords and also rank these pages higher, which will in turn rank your whole homepage higher. So, and how would I do that? Well, I'd get a guest post on one of my network websites that are related to window, glass. I have access to tons of them because all I do all day is window and glass, backlinks, websites. It's all I do. And every time I find a good spot or a good, you know, a good networking connection, I'll save that. And I'll work with a lot of them too, because they'll let me place an article on their high power site. I'll let them place articles on my high power site. So it's great. You know, it's just all the different window and glass companies that work with me will get access to a lot of different backlink opportunities and other off-page factors like that. Okay, so after you get the articles, I'll submit them to the websites. They'll get published. And then you can go over and check your site at majestic.com. It'll show you the new backlinks that were added, and I'll include those in the list so you can go verify them. And you'll see your trust flow would be higher. He had a 5, so I'm guessing with just about 5 good links, it might pop him up to trust flow of 25, 20, maybe 30. So that would help him move up in rankings also. Then you can go to semrush.com, and you'll notice just like over here how it hopped up. So you'll have 91 keywords. Well, after those 5 other backlinks are added, you know, the amount of keywords will jump up, traffic will go up a little bit, traffic costs will go up, and this right here, the amount of keywords you're ranking for will go up. And you can also come down here and keep an eye on some of these and see how they're moving up. And like I said, with a free account, I'm not sure how deep you can go. I haven't had a free account in a long time, but I'm pretty sure it'll give you some information. And if you ever need me to run a report for you, you can always contact me. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that video, kind of, what it takes to, there's a lot more than just having a pretty website. There's a lot of off-page SEO factors that you want to do. Backlinks, setting up social media accounts, stuff like that. Even though you're not going to get a lot of business on social media, just building those accounts and then linking them to your main site is just going to push your site up. And that's really the goal, is to have your website ranking high enough, really page one, to where it actually gets that traffic and brings in that new business. All right, thanks a lot.